Hello guys, how are you?
I'm Hardeep Singh. Welcome back to your own YouTube channel. IELTS updates and recent exams. For more updates related to recent IELTS exam writing test topics, listening, reading, practice test, and speaking, you got guesswork. Please, guys, participate in everyday listening and reading practice test to achieve your desired band score in your actual IELTS exam. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Press the bell icon for the upcoming notifications. Don't forget like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, IELTS updates and recent exams.
Part 1.
You will hear a conversation. The conversation is between two people, Gerard and Ben. Gerard has come to enroll himself in the music audio video library. You have some time to look at the questions 1 to 5. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Hi, good morning. I've come here to get enrolled in your music audio video library.
Yeah, sure. I'll guide you. First you will have to fill the application form.
Do you want me to fill in the form right now?
Yes, if you may, please.
Not a problem.
The application is just a formality. You have to just fill the basic information and your signature.
Please guide me in filling up the form.
Yes, of course. Tell me your name, full name.
Gerard Thomas Butler. Gerard Thomas Butler.
Thomes or Thomasbutler?
Thomas Butler.
It is Geradthomasbutler. Correct?
You got it right.
Now, the next is your address. Tell me your address.
43 Vogel Street, Roslyn, Palmerston, North 4414.
Did you say Roslyn, Palmerston North?
I'll repeat it. 43 Vogel Street, Roslyn, Roslyn, Palmerston North 4414.
4414 is the postcode, correct?
Yes, you got it right.
We also need any number from your identity card.
I have my driving license.
Oh, perfect. Give me the driving license number.
Okay, hold on a minute. Is it in my backpack? Oh yes it is. Here it is. The number is SH72079. Here, you can see it.
Okay, great. Now tell me your date of birth and year.
25th of August 1990.
And can I have your phone number?
Do you want my professional and personal numbers, both?
Yes, we need both, your personal and professional phone numbers.
My personal number is +44 09654 3424, and my professional number is +44 0958 48298.
So, we've done the basic and imperative part, but I have a few more questions for you.
Not a problem.
Now look at questions 6 to 10. As the talk continues, answer questions 6 to 10. What kind of music do you like?
Can I have a look at your brochure?
Yes, please. Here it is.
Actually, I'm interested in all kinds of music. It all depends on my mood, but I have an inclination towards dancing numbers. And sometimes I prefer soft music instead of hip-hop. This is because my parents love soft, calm music. And at times I get melodramatic because the light music makes me carefree. Anything and everything, music is favourite to me.
What else do you prefer?
I'm very fond of music shows. Some include new upcoming artists and some who are veterans in the field of music. Also, musical plays are fascinating. Recently, I got the opportunity to witness an outstanding musical show based on a comedy theme.
That's great. So now all the formalities are done. You just have to sign, and last but not least, we did not discuss about the membership fee.
Where do you want me to sign?
Oh yes, here it is. This is the place where you have to sign, and about the fee, that will be $30 non-refundable.
Here's the fee.
Now, you are our member.
When will I get my card?
That will take almost 3 to 4 days. We'll give you a call as soon as it's ready, and you can come and collect it the next time you visit.
Oh, can I borrow some of the music albums right now?
Yes, of course, but you have to return them after every 15 days.
Okay, I'll have a look around and take a few of them.
All yours. Enjoy.
That is the end of part 1.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 2.
You are going to hear a radio talk related to basic features of dolphins and their common behaviour. The talk will be beneficial for the people who love animals and birds. First, look at questions 11 to 19. Now listen to the recording and answer questions 11 to 19.
Dolphins are cetacean mammals closely related to whales and porpoises. There are almost 40 species of dolphins, 17 in general. They vary in size from 1.2 metres and 40 kilograms up to 9.5 metres and 10 tonnes. They are found worldwide, mostly in the shallower seas of the continental shelves, and are carnivores, eating mostly fish and squid. Some of the senses are either reduced or absent in cetaceans or fail to function well in water. For example, it appears from their brain structure that toothed species are unable to smell. Baleen species, on the other hand, appear to have some related brain structures, but it is not known whether these are functional. It has been speculated that, as the blowholes evolved and migrated to the top of the head, the neural pathways serving sense of smell may have been nearly all sacrificed. Similarly, although at least some cetaceans have taste buds, the nerves serving these have degenerated or are rudimentary. The sense of touch has sometimes been described as weak too, but this view is probably mistaken. Trainers of captive dolphins and small whales often remark on their animals' responsiveness to being touched or rubbed, and both captive and free-ranging cetacean individuals of the species, particularly adults and calves, or members of the same subgroup, appear to make frequent contact. This contact may help to maintain order within a group, and stroking or touching are part of the courtship ritual in most species. The area around the blowhole is also particularly sensitive, and captive animals often object strongly to being touched there. The family Delphinidae, the largest in the order of cetacean, evolved relatively recently, about 10 million years ago during the Miocene. A group of dolphins is called a school or a pod. Male dolphins are called bulls. Female cows and young dolphins are called calves. Dolphins are often regarded as one of Earth's most intelligent animals, though it is hard to say just how intelligent, compared to many other species. However, dolphin behaviour has been studied extensively, both in captivity and in the wild.
Now look at question 20. As the talk continues, answer question 20.
Dolphins frequently leap above the water surface, this being done for various reasons. When travelling, jumping can save the dolphin's energy, as there is less friction while in the air. This type of travel is known as proposing. Other reasons include orientation, social displays, fighting, non-verbal communication. Dolphins show various types of playful behaviour, often including objects, self-made bubble rings, other dolphins or other animals. When playing with objects or small animals, common behaviour includes carrying the object or animal along to other members of the group, or taking it from another member, or throwing it out of the water. Dolphins have also been observed harassing animals in other ways. For example, by dragging birds underwater without showing any intent to eat them. However, playful behaviour that involves other animal species with active participation of the other animal can also be observed. Playful human interaction with dolphins being the most obvious example. However, playful interactions have been observed in the wild with a number of other species as well, such as humpback whales and dogs.
That is the end of part 2.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 3.
You will hear a woman who is going to be interviewed for a scholarship talking to a man who previously received one. Before you listen, you have 30 seconds to read questions 21 to 27.
Hi, Vibol. Thanks for coming.
No problem, Sophie. I hope I can help. When's the interview?
On Thursday,
Which course do you want to do?
a Master's in Development Studies.
Whereabouts?
In Australia, Melbourne actually.
Well, Melbourne's a great place. I visited in my semester break.
But you studied in Adelaide, didn't you?
Yeah,
Why Adelaide?
I heard before I applied for the scholarship that most applicants want to go to Sydney or Melbourne. So by choosing Adelaide, I thought I'd have a better chance.
Do you think I should go to Adelaide? Or not do development studies?
I think the key is to choose a course you're really interested in, no matter where it is.
Why's that?
Because the workload is heavy. My master's was probably the most difficult thing I've done in my whole life.
I see. Anyway, I bet the interview panel asks the same questions every year. What did they ask you?
Firstly, about why I wanted to go to Australia.
What did you say?
I told them I'd been there already, and I liked it.
What else did the panel ask?
About my undergraduate degree, about my job, about how a master's would improve my performance, and the performance of my organization.
Where are you working now?
Oh, and they asked about my family, whether I'd take my wife with me.
Well, I'm single and planning to stay that way. As to the courses helping me at work, You know, I quit my regular job working in the university library.
Yeah, I heard that. What are you doing now?
I'm a volunteer at a rehabilitation center.
However do you survive financially?
I teach English at night, and I live cheaply.
Good for you. You could say an MA would improve your prospects of finding permanent work.
I wonder what the interview panel will think about my undergraduate degree. It's in Russian and history. I studied Russian so I could get a scholarship to Russia for a master's degree, but I only lasted 6 months in Europe.
If I were you, I wouldn't mention you already have an incomplete master's. I'd focus on the work you're doing now. Use phrases like grassroots activism and capacity building. The panel will love that.
Oh? I do worry about my background. My family comes from a village on the coast. I seem to recall that most people who were awarded scholarships in the last 3 years came from big cities and were socially successful.
In the past, that was true. Indeed, all the interviews were held here in the capital. But this year, they're also taking place in the provinces, so scholarships will go to a more diverse group of people. I don't think you should beg for assistance, Sophie. But you don't need to hide your background either. Be proud of it.
I am proud of it.
After all, it means you can empathize with the people you volunteer for. However, when you come back with a master's degree, you'll be able to mix with more influential people. I mean politically influential. I'd emphasize that if I were you.
I'm not sure the selectors will want to know about my politics, but they may want to see that I'm passionate about development.
Before you listen to the rest of the conversation, you have 30 seconds to read questions 28 to 30.
By the way, Vibol, in Adelaide, what did you do your master's in?
Taxation law.
And what are you doing now?
I set up a restaurant.
A restaurant? With a master's in taxation law?
Taxation is a nightmare here. To be honest, Sophie, I just want an easy life.
That is the end of part 3.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 4.
You will hear a lecture on the disposal of electronic or e-waste to read questions 31 to 40.
Normally in this class, we design and evaluate apps, and we'll get back to that tomorrow. This afternoon, I'd like to raise your awareness about the issue of electronic waste disposal. As some of you know, I've got twin daughters who turn 13 on Tuesday. Like many children their age, they're totally in love with electronic devices. My husband gave his old smartphone to one of them, and I was forced to give my newish phone to the other. That was 2 years ago. Now they're both demanding brand new smartphones of their own. As an anxious parent, I would have given in to this demand had I not just read an article about e-waste. Let me add that I read part of it on my tablet at home, the rest on my desktop computer at work, and afterwards I counted how many electronic items my family and I have at home, at school, and at work. And we've got 24. Yup, 24. An average American family, no doubt. Anyway, I finally agreed to birthday phones for my girls on condition that my husband and I shed some of our own devices as responsibly as we could. In the past, we've just put them out in the garbage as though they were banana peel or broken plates. This time, I decided to take 2 laptops and my girls' phones to a recycler accredited by the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA. I found an interactive map on the EPA website showing companies that sign up to recycling schemes called e-Stewards and Responsible Recycling Practices. It's easy enough to drop stuff off at these companies and receive cash in return. I do regret to say that in the U.S., the cash return is tiny because there are currently insufficient volumes of electronic trash for these companies to turn into treasure. Since I'd like to encourage this recycling practice among my students and colleagues, there's a web link on my Facebook page. Frankly, I don't think Americans recycle enough. Yet, even with these companies that have popped up recently, there's still a huge problem. I mean, the collection of the e-waste is fine, but who knows how it's processed? The EPA believes that only 20% is actually recycled, and the rest is incinerated or put in landfill. The auditing of this process has yet to begin. The majority of local e-waste, around 8 million metric tons a year, is sent off abroad, mostly to Asia or Africa, where health and safety regulations scarcely exist. One reason the U.S. still banishes most of its e-waste is because it refused to sign the 1989 Basel Convention that controls the export of hazardous waste from rich countries to poorer ones. Needless to say, it wasn't the only rich country to spurn the convention. Neither Canada nor Japan consented to a 1995 amendment banning such trade completely. However, European signatories to the Basel Convention may not, in reality, behave any better. Inspections at ports in Germany and the Netherlands have proven that e-waste, like much other cargo, is deliberately mislabeled so it passes unnoticed through customs. So what's inside e-waste, and who deals with most of it? Well, the list of chemicals is very long indeed. An average smartphone contains around 60 different chemical elements. Heavy metals, like lead and mercury, exist alongside arsenic, beryllium, cadmium, and polyvinyl chloride, all toxic to humans in quite small amounts. When electronics are incinerated, unless at extremely high temperatures, many more toxins are produced, including halogenated dioxins and furans, which seriously contaminate the food chain. India and China are 2 major processors of e-waste. At present, the city of Guiyu in Guangdong Province in China is considered the world's e-waste capital. American, Japanese, and European containers loaded with e-waste arrive in Guiyu hourly. But these days, there's also considerable waste from the rest of China itself. The EPA estimates that by 2020, 100 million metric tons of e-waste will be produced globally each year, and of that, only an infinitesimal amount will see its way back into more electronic products. So, designing apps for this digital age is important. As an extra assignment, I'd like those of you who are interested to create one that lets users responsibly end the lives of their many electronic devices.
That is the end of part 4.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
So guys, don't forget like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. IELTS updates and recent exams. For more updates related to recent IELTS exam writing test topics, listening, reading, practice test and speaking, you cut guesswork. Please guys, participate in everyday new IELTS listening and reading practice tests to achieve your desired band score in your actual IELTS exam. For more IELTS material, visit my official website www.ieltsupdatesandrecentexams.com. The link is given below in the description. If you need PDF files of latest IELTS material, then please join my Telegram channel. So guys, please write your score below the comment section. Again, thanks for listening. God bless you all guys. Stay tuned, stay safe.